We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer. Run that thing back. Nah, man. Stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you. We are live, guys. I'm J1 Further, the Cyber Nerds.
Revenue GS.
Mr. Blitztech.
And we're back with another DC special. James Gunn's in the house and he says we're going to lay out the next 10 years of what DC's doing. And you know, there's no other place and opinions and views and disclaimers you want to hear about this than here on the Cyber Nerds channel. Now, I implore you lot, yeah? As DC are laying out their new slate, give us a new slate. Give us 10k subscribers so we can hit 200k and we can go into this new beyond on just a whole new energy. We got things planned for you guys at 200k as well. So you're only holding up results for yourself. You understand? Also, do those regular housekeeping things. Subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up and the notification bell. Get me? Now.
It was just the other day we sat here and said, is DC going to make it through the weekend?
I swear someone said on Monday something was going to...
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was me. I'm pretty sure I said... They're going to wait till the weekend's over,
Yeah.
and then boom.
And then I said, they might not make it through the weekend. And hey, at least they made it through the weekend.
Listen.
But came Monday, yeah, it was too much.
Listen, I know DC have got our office bug, but they must think that we've got their office bug. But you know what? We can read tea leaves very well. Very well. Very well. So before we get into this, and James Gunn lays out what is going to be happening, what is one project that is a necessity for you as an individual going into this?
That's existing? Or
No. It's whatever you can do whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got one project. It can be animated TV or movie. What are you putting into the 10-year plan? It could be a character we've never seen. A character we have seen. I'm putting a man on the spot, but that's what we're here for.
Green Lantern, John Stewart.
John Stewart, Green Lantern, TV
Lantern.
show or movie.
Both.
Everything.
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 God damn.
Cool.
The universe is way too big with them and flying around and they just get one thing, bro.
Cool. I like that. What about you?
I'll probably go with the cartoons and just bring back the Titans from back day.
Teen Titans.
Yeah.
The old Teen Titans.
The old Teen Titans.
The old Teen
the
Titans.
Fire, the good stuff. Like, let's bring anime back, DC. Because your animation used to be so sick. And then, yeah, something happened. I don't know. Something happened. He hasn't been the same ever since.
I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of something that we're probably not gonna get. Like Superman, Batman, we're gonna get those. Now, my only issue is probably the incarnation of them we get.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna be mad because I know we're gonna get Matt Reeves's, so we're good. Period. So I'm gonna go with maybe something like Icon and Rocket. Something
spicy.
The reason I go with Icon and Rocket is because you can almost Guardians of the Galaxy them.
Movie or TV series? Because where I'm
TV series.
Okay,
It has to be a TV series. It does not. There's not an option for a movie,
right.
Because
I'm
let me
thinking
not
of
get into it.
I'm thinking of Watchmen TV series.
Yeah, I hear
It's
no,
nice
no,
like that.
No. Yeah, but not like that because that's too much. Because that got cancelled after a season. You got to give them less sauce than Watchmen,
Jesus Christ,
bro.
We can't, bro. How are we gonna wish for the future when we're still stuck in the past?
I can't listen.
You, man, fix it up.
All the best shows get cancelled because they're too real. So I don't want to go full Watchmen because we'll get Icon and Rocket season 1 and never see it again. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to go full Watchmen, but I would say something like Icon and Rocket. I picked them because not too many people know them. There'll be 2 good characters to introduce, and I feel like it solves the situation of the Black Superman situation. Get me? Put that energy into a character who's real. Get me?
I like that.
Yeah? So, use lot. Jump in the comment section below and let us know what you think. Or who you would put in who's not in the slate or whatever. Jump in there. Now, I think we've got to hand it over to James Gunn, man. Let's dive in and see what he's talking about.
Hey everybody, I'm James Gunn.
Hey.
I'm the co-CEO of DC Studios. So as many of you know, DC has been disconnected in film and television for a long time. And it's one of, our jobs, mine and Peter's, is to come in and make sure the DCU is connected in film, television, gaming, and animation.
And
that the characters are consistent, played by the same actors, and it works within one story. And if something is outside of that,
Whoa!
like Matt Reeves' Batman or Todd Phillips' Joker or Teen Titans Go, that it is clearly labeled as DC Elseworlds, outside of the mainstream DCU continuity. Now, Peter and I have gotten pretty lucky in terms of the 4 projects that are coming out over the next year. First, we have Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Shazam has always been off kind of in his own part of the DCU, so he connects very well. That moves directly into The Flash, a fantastic movie that I really love that resets the entire DC universe. And then to move into Blue Beetle, a fantastic film about a kid who's a marvelous part of the DCU, and then into Aquaman 2, which leads directly into our next few projects, which I'm going to tell you about now. So, Peter and I, along with a group of very talented writers, have started to map out an 8 to 10 year plan of what DC Studios will be in film, television, and gaming. This first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Now, this, what I'm about to tell you, is a part of the first chapter. It's not the entire first chapter. The first project is Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is an animated series. I've written all the episodes. Something we're going to do that's a little bit different at DC is we're going to have characters move into animation, out of animation, usually having the same actor play their voice as who plays them in live action. The next project up is Waller. This is a story of Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. Viola Davis is going to team up with members of Team Peacemaker, and this is a story that's been created by Crystal Henry, who did Watchmen, and Jeremy Carver, who created the Doom Patrol. It is a fantastic story that's out of this world, and I can't wait for people to see it. Okay, next up is the big one, the true beginning of the DCU. This is called Superman Legacy. This is being written by me. I'm in the middle of it. I'm having a great time doing it. And Superman will be released into theaters July 11th, 2025. Okay, the next thing is a big premiere HBO television.
That picture kills, bro. That picture kills.
The story of a couple of Green Lanterns, John Stewart, and Hal Jordan, and we have a few other lanterns peppered in there. But this is really a terrestrial-based TV show, which is almost like True Detective with a couple of Green Lanterns who are space cops.
Like True Detective?
Precinct.
No way.
They discover
We're
a
gonna have to discuss
terrifying
that.
mystery that ties into our larger story
Bruh.
of the DCU. Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes.
So,
We're doing a
The Boys,
television
The Boys.
series called Paradise
Boys.
Lost. Paradise Lost is the story of Paradise Island, usually known as Themyscira, which is the birthplace of Wonder Woman. It's almost like Game of Thrones with Westeros, but with all of the inhabitants of Paradise Island.
So
the
mad.
introduction of the
It's
DCU's
so mad, so much of this stuff
Batman
he's saying,
is The Brave and the Bold. The Brave and the Bold is the story of Batman and his actual son, Damian Wayne. This is based on Grant Morrison's great comic book run. Damian Wayne is my favorite Robin. He's a little assassin who Batman tries to get in line, and so this is the story of the two of them and the beginning of sort of the Bat family in the DCU. Next up is a TV series called Booster Gold. Booster Gold is one of comics' really popular cult heroes. He is a fascinating guy. He's a loser from the future.
He might be writing everything.
Future technology to come back to present day and become a superhero so that people will love him. It is basically the superhero story of imposter syndrome on an HBO Max series. One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film. Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way, so she's a much more jaded character. And that brings me to Swamp Thing, the last thing we're going to talk about. A very dark horror story in the origins.
I mean, he can't go back to a series.
The
They
monster
tried that
who
already.
is Swamp Thing. And although it's totally outside of the rest of the DCU, it will still feed into the rest of the stories. Anyway, those are the stories that I can tell you about right now. I've loved the DC characters since I was a child. They're incredibly important to me. I knew that this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to do something very different. One of the things that's very important for me in all of these movies and TV series is that the director's vision and the vision of the writers and all of the creators is unique and something special. Storytelling is always king. That's all that matters to us. And I want to be true to those stories. I want to be true to you guys and really give you something different than you've ever seen before. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you watching. I hope this was exciting for you because it's really exciting for me. And I can't wait to start to dive into these stories with you guys on this grand adventure. Thank you so much.
All right.
Good. Now, I want to start with, I like James Gunn.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he knows what the situation needs, and it's all about execution with him. Yeah? Because, like, from his track record, Guardians, Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, we're going to say he's on job.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the ball. Even his stinkers don't stink that bad. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I'm cool with it.
I'm feeling positive.
See, now,
I'm feeling positive.
I'm feeling very positive about what he said.
Yeah.
But where do you want to go first? I want to kind of handle the negatives first.
Okay.
Okay.
Go on.
Now, the reason I want to handle the negatives is because I don't want this to end up feeling negative.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing I don't like about the video is the mention of Game of Thrones, True Detective, and The Watchmen.
Yeah. It's almost like he had to sell, man. I know that's his job to sell, but every time he said something, he had to like almost
Disclaimer it with, this is what it's going to be like. Now listen to me. Listen, guys. Listen.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah, I know you know what I'm going to say. If we say we want this, it's okay.
Right.
He can't say that unless he's going to give it to us. Because you know what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
If this thing, if Paradise Lost ain't Game of Thrones, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
The bar he set, bruv, and I love that you said you want to show like The Watchmen before, and bruv, The Watchmen's one of the best shows that's come out on television in time. Game of Thrones is the leader in all things. You get me?
All three things we said at the beginning.
I hear. The True Detective talk, we're going to have to get, when we get to the grip, bruv.
For me, personally, I'm like, you're going to mention those things, bring those people
Creative
who've
team.
led those
See.
Like, that's the only way about it, because they only make that, you can't say it's going to be like this, and then get someone that's like, oh, let me parody it. Have you seen Del Toro's thing, bro? He got his disciples.
Yeah.
Only some hit, only some miss. That's 50-50. That's 50-50.
Now, I also do like James Gunn. I like it because he's also, what he's doing, he's setting a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this is the bar.
Rightfully so. Like
Game of Thrones, Watchmen, True Detective is a bar. But the issue with this bar is, besides the 3 shows he mentioned, there might only be 2 other shows ever made that are actually on this level. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Sopranos and, you know what I'm saying? Bro, this is, we're talking about the elite of the elite shows.
right.
And you're saying these shows are going to be on that level.
Okay, now let me ask you this, He said these things,
He said
and
those
then
things.
they come out with these shows, and let's say these shows hit between 50 to 60% of what those shows actually are.
L, massive L. 60.
Like 60%.
60.
Yeah.
No, it's an L. Do you know? And it's an L because he signed this contract right here with us.
Uh-huh.
You can't say you.
And
Don't say game. Don't say it.
I hear you, bro.
And you know what? And you know why the mistake is as well? He described Booster Gold perfectly. He said it's a cult thing. It's this. You need to allude to Game of Thrones without saying Game of Thrones. You need to say it's a crime. It's a dark, gritty, buddy cop detective drama without saying it's True Detective. You need to say it's going to have real world superheroes dealing with real life issues without saying The Watchmen.
Right. And the reason why I asked that is like, comparing to the shows that we
Who
have
watched
now,
them shows, bro?
No.
Besides Game of Thrones.
No. I'm saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about the current DC shows.
Okay, let's talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's why I said 50 to 60%. Because even if it doesn't hit the bar is setting right now, coming out of what we currently have right now, would that be successful under his regime? That's why I'm asking that question.
Yes, but only if he doesn't say what he just said. If he comes out here and says, yo, it's going to be a dark and gritty crime drama, boom, 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 and then the show comes out and everyone's like, yo, that shit's just like True Detective. You've won. Yo, this is Game of Thrones in West. That's what fans say. We say that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Not the person making it. In the writer's room, you can say, guys, we need to make a copy of Game of Thrones. We need to make a copy of this. But you can't tell the man them that. Because if you tell the man them that and then you don't deliver
That's
that,
the expectation.
your head is going to be on the chopping block. But you feel me?
I'm just asking questions.
So,
you know what I'm saying? I'm 1000% with you.
And the reason I bring it up is because James Gunn has done well at already managing expectations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
In terms of even before this video, he's been like, yo, guys, this is what we're doing. Like, he's been
active on Twitter.
Been active. He's getting ahead of the thing. But the expectations he's laying out here are good for the teams creating, but they're not good for the minds of the fans on Twitter. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to sound good now and we're going to be gassed now, but this is going to be an issue, potentially. This could be a potential issue 2-3 years from now. You know, fandom don't forget. Fandom 2 years is
2-3 years from now, either Twitter's in hell or we're over here joicing every week with every episode.
All right, cool. Now, in terms of the negatives, that's the only negative I've got.
Right.
Realistically.
I've got no.
Go on.
They just had to have another Batman thing, bro. Like, we've got the Batman.
Bro, relax, bro. No.
We've got the Batman thing. I know you're going to say
more Batman. More Batman.
That's another spot gone, bro.
It's not a spot, bro. It's not a spot gone.
That's another project for something else. Like, no. Batman, because he likes Damien and Ted. Bro, enough Batman, bro. We've got Batterson on the way.
You got your show.
With number 2.
You got your show, bro.
And you got your movie.
Bruv,
one of the best movies last year.
No, but
we're getting the Penguin. We're getting Batman 2.
This is the thing. This is not my Batman, bro. The Batman, and this is why I'm gonna get onto it, because the Batman that they just said, Batman, the brave and the bold. I don't care about that one bit. It's not a story that bangs with me. If it's a good movie, I'm gonna be like, yo, this is a good Batman movie. Am I gonna be gassed for it? Yeah, but at the same time, bruv, you need it. They can't have a universe without a Batman. And they clearly said the Batman ain't part of our universe because it's just too good. I don't think that they can level with what Matt Reeves is doing over here. So just leave it alone. That's what I'll say. You gotta have Batman. The same way you gotta have Superman. My issue is if we're talking about more negatives, there's no film with like a black lead. They gave us a TV show. They gave us a TV show and a half. So they got the Waller, which is led by Amanda Waller, we hope, but it's going to have a lot of the Peacemaker team. So I feel like they're going to, you know what I'm saying? It's going to bounce around a lot. The Green Lantern thing is 50-50. Hal Jordan's back.
Was that a movie or
TV show?
TV show, okay.
So both of those are shows.
Okay.
But we don't
have a big screen.
Swamp Thing.
He'll be black.
Swamp Thing's green, bro.
Yeah, but he'll be a black man.
And he'll spend most of his time being green. Yeah. Which is not acceptable. Bro, James Gunn, it's not acceptable. Cast the white brother in that role. In fact, make him black and then just give us the iconic Rocket movie as well. We'll take Swamp Thing, man. We ain't against it. But, yo, those are the negatives. Have you got any negatives?
I have no negatives. I understood exactly where you was coming from the get-go. So me personally, I ain't got no negatives, man. I'm just happy when we do this thing. Right. You know, man just puts what we want, and this man just comes out of it. Yeah, man, it's what you man want, and I love that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that everything is connected. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're bringing the same guys who are voicing to cast all of that stuff, like. And again, the animation that man's been missing for so long, I'm here for it. So, yeah, man.
Another thing that I really do like about the slate, if we're just talking about in terms of the characters, he has picked some people, like tentpole characters, Batman, Superman. I'm going to throw Supergirl along here, and I'm kind of going to put Swamp Thing in here as well. Okay. These are big flagpoles. Like, people ride or die for this.
Got big followers.
And this is why you can't leave Batman out. Because if there's a stinker in there, Batman, Superman, Swamp Thing, and Supergirl have to alleviate that pressure.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So you got to have that. Then on the other side, he's James Gunn it, where he's like, I'm going to take all the characters you've never heard about and I'm going to make them important to you. The reason I like that is because it's similar to the 2008 Marvel plan in terms of no one knew who Iron Man was. Well, you know, Captain, you know what I'm saying? The Avengers were
B-listers.
B, C-list characters, and now they are the pinnacle of Marvel. So he's doing that with all of the other projects. I'm sorry, I'm putting Green Lantern on this side as well. But I'm also putting it on that side because the general public won't be on Green Lantern Bears, but it does have ride or diers. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and this is why I think he's even gone with Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. It's like, yo, we got to appease all audiences here. So we'll do it in a way, this is where True Detective comes in, where these men can work together and do it like that. It's crazy to me that he didn't go the Flash and the Green Lantern route. But obviously you can't do that because Ezra Miller's tied up with the Flash. And even if he flashpoints it, you can't cast a new Flash before the Flash movie's out. So you got to push that project back. So I'm not going to be surprised if at some point a Flash character shows up in that Green Lantern series. Because they're going to be on the world. They're going to be on Earth. That's what I think.
Speaking of Flash, there is one thing he said, yo, this is he said something about Flash.
He's resetting the tune.
He said
it's like the best thing he's seen it.
He said he really likes it.
He really likes it.
He really likes it means that we're not getting rid of Ezra Miller. We're not going to address any of them situations. And I've got to sell this movie without, you know what I'm saying?
Without throwing under the bus.
Yeah, man.
But him resetting, like, okay, so I heard that, okay, like, I really like this movie, so I'm like, okay, like, obviously selling the movie and that. But then resetting is like, okay, is this the end of Ezra Miller? Like, resetting then...
Ezra's gotta go. I don't care whether they think know it or not.
After that movie, when he resets the universe, then this is us done with him, right?
I don't know. Because he's like their little boy or something. I don't know what's going over in the WB with Ezra Miller, but I did see that an article released saying that they're going to deal with, like, Ezra, when the time comes, the plan will be put together. Which, to me, says, if they're smart, after Ezra Miller's movie's done in his cycle, he's getting chopped. The same way Henry Cavill got chopped after Black Adam, and the way The Rock, you know, didn't get renewed. Do you know what I'm saying? That's how I think that situation's going to go.
That's what I ain't saying.
All right, so what you might think, okay, the animation, Creature Commandos. This is what I'm saying. I think this is like a Guardians of the Galaxy Suicide Squad type of situation where you're bringing in a whole bunch of characters you kind of really, not too many people know about, and you can do whatever you want with them. And I think animated is a great way to do it and see which characters kind of pop and bang. Do you get what I'm saying?
They're almost like their new Doom Patrol. Because they've not, I don't know, like I was saying, like it's a word slate with what's already out and what they want to come out. So they're saying they're always going to make sure all the voice actors are doing every single role,
which is beautiful,
between animations, games,
beautiful.
TV shows, and movies. I'm like, flipping, this has been a bit busy.
I like that. And I like how, I like you putting it in there because that shows Marvel. Like, I think they you can see that they've looked at Marvel and been like, this is where Marvel missed a step. Because the fact that the Avengers game doesn't have the voices and the faces of the character, because if it did, even though that game's trash, it would have sold twice as much.
Yeah, because
just off that.
Yeah.
No gameplay improvements, no nothing. Just off that. So having that and tying and letting and even putting a statement out like this knows. So as an actor trying to get involved, you're like, well, I'm signing my life away. You know it from the beginning. You know there's not going to be much negotiations around that. And I'm not mad at them for doing that. Lock them up.
You know, as soon as he jumps on social media and says, yo, this game, blah, 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 like people just jumping on the game just off the back of that. Like, that's crazy. But
we did just put a lot of voice actors out of work though, still, it's mad.
But as long as you know, they're not doing what they did back in the day, you know, white voices,
black characters,
we're good.
Yeah, they can't do that no more, innit?
This excites me though. This excites me because
that went both ways.
What's that?
White, you said what?
White characters, yeah.
Yeah, that went both ways. If anything, went more ways towards. I don't know. I'm
just saying because obviously man follows a lot of like artists in the comic world, and
Totally.
the man like struggle a lot in it. That's why I'm like, let's just do the right thing. But just jumping on this animation TV series, I think this is super legit because 1, we don't know these characters. 2, is animation. 3, that this means like we can do whatever we want. And it says creatures commandos. You know commandos what they're on. Full on crud. So I'm expecting this to be like super sick. Plus we've got Weasel, character that people already know, like loved from the Suicide Squad. So this for me should be a banger. And I'm hoping it is a banger.
I hope it's good, and I hope James Gunn's involved in it heavily, because I think this is the kind of thing that he makes great. Do you know what I'm saying? I think this is where he really, really, really shines. And this is why I'm also interested to see the Superman movie, because like I want to see how he just handles that situation. You get me? Let's keep it rolling, man. But yeah, Creature Commandos. What?
Yeah.
I feel you. I'm with you. Like I understand Raven's excitement for it, but I'm also like, we'll see.
Yeah.
Like I would like this to be like diabolical. Do you know what I'm saying? The boy's diabolical. I don't know if you guys have checked that out. If you've checked it out, I think that'd be super legit if it's like that. But then also the questions around the ratings of the shows.
As well.
The ratings of the shows. Is that animation going to be over 18? Is it going to be PG? This is going to have a big bearing, because I'm imagining the Amanda Waller show's got to be mature.
Right.
Because Peacemaker's mature.
Mm-hmm.
And the Suicide Squad is mature. It is
mature.
Yeah, bodies being ripped to half and blown up and tear.
Yeah, but what was its actual rating in the cinema?
Can't remember.
It might have still been a PG-13 though, isn't it?
There's no way.
Yeah, we got to get a fact check on that.
That would be mad if they pulled that off.
It had to have been, bro. It had to have been.
PG-13.
It had to have been.
The Suicide Squad, yeah.
Yep.
Kids are desensitized nowadays. If that's the case.
What are you man saying about the Amanda Waller show? Listen,
that I'm looking forward to most. Like,
go on.
15.
It's a 15.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a 15.
Yeah. As I'm saying, it'd be mad if they pulled off and it was like a PG. But it's true though. It's true. But yeah, Amanda Waller. Like, I'm hoping they're still making Peacemaker. If that's the case, if there's a good synergy between that and what they've made previously, it's just gonna be a good show.
You think so? I would hope that they kind of end Peacemaker, or they roll Peacemaker into this. Almost like by the time this comes out, Peacemaker's ending on like season 4, and then we're getting Waller. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if he's saying the team from Peacemaker also show up here, why don't we just move them around? Do you know what I'm saying? Or you think they're gonna go the Arrow, Flash, overlapping? This character's here, that character's there, which it's not bad.
It worked in the past.
I mean,
for some of the shows anyway.
I mean, I'm not against it. I just like how much of the team are going to be in here, how much are not. How much is Amanda Waller going to actually be doing? Like, it's her show. Like, she's the title character of the show. What is she going to actually be doing in the show? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this one is the one that I'm most confused about what it's going to be tangibly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Based on what he said on everything being connected, I guess with her, you could see like the kind of stuff that she goes through, but obviously
what is that?
Like
all we've seen from Amanda Waller is her sit in the office most of the time, giving orders, and then shoot a room of interns.
Right.
So I can imagine maybe balancing like actual life and how she kind of compartmentalize the two. Because obviously we saw her daughter in Peacemaker, and she was trying to be a mother, but she was being Waller at the same time. You're like, I would like to dive into that psyche and be like, how does she deal with that on a day-to-day basis? I think that'd be very interesting, because like most of the time when you see her, she's just a straight like killer, like just narrow. This job's got to be done.
Get it done.
That's it. So
yeah, and I think that's even a reason why I'm like, if this and Peacemaker kind of come together, then you can have like the team doing the action and her being in the office. But if they're gonna go with her in the office and her at home, I'm interested to see like what that show looks like. Like, he didn't really give an example of what that would be like. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where I'm more like, did they have a direction for it?
Piece it together, because like, I'm still hanging on to like the way he said everything is like
Homeland,
all connected.
Boom.
Ooh.
Homeland.
See, I was thinking of like kind of like Jack Ryan, but you
Homeland.
Okay.
Homeland. Homeland.
Bro.
Yeah, Brody. Brody. Waller's got to be like Homeland. That's command center. I'm going outside sometimes if I've got to move building to building, but moving from one building to another building in a war zone is a madness. And then you pair it with 2 agents. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe some of the commando people, maybe some of the Suicide Squad, maybe some of Peacemaker's team,
and that new anti-hero.
Yep. And you go through there. So, bruv, yeah,
that's actually because I was struggling because I was thinking of Jack Ryan because Jack Ryan is an analyst.
Yeah.
So but he's still
but
on
he's
the
an
field.
agent. Yeah.
But he's still an agent. But
The drone
like,
queen.
She can't really be in the field like that as much as he is.
The drone
but
queen.
you nailed it with that.
Homelander. Superman Legacy. What are you man saying?
I'm excited to see post Henry Cavill. Unfortunately, R.I.P. You know what I'm saying, but I always look forward to Superman films or Superman projects in general and see how they actually kind of tackle such a character because he can be kind of boring. Man of Steel wasn't boring. Neither was him in other Zack Snyder iterations. So, and he's saying he's like the way he started talking about the project, like he was mad excited. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing this one, boy! Like boys and girls."
He has
like,
to be. He's got to be.
No, but I understand. So it's
Yeah.
like his enthusiasm for me. I was like, "Rod, oh my god, I'm sucked in. Like, I want to see what you do with Superman, especially like saying his past record with Guardians and what was the other big project he did as well?
Guardians, Suicide Squad.
Okay, yeah, Suicide Squad. Like, is it going to be like very like everyone's always asking for? I want like a very hopeful like Superman and this and that. Like, what's his balance going to be? Is it going to be a toe-to-toe between Guardians and Suicide Squad? Is it going to be one tempo? Is it going to be the other one? Like, so for me, like, it's interesting, especially Gunn doing it. I'm like, okay, oi, go ahead, do your thing.
Bro, all I know is got a big shoes to fill because of the void MOS left. Do you know what I'm saying? The impact it left. That whole movie, the like cinematography, music, everything about MOS was a matter. So yes, he has to be excited for it. 2, he's gonna be like, yo, this is where I get to like not make people forget about MOS, but like allow people to move on from it and gravitate to this new Superman that's here today. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's a big project right there.
Yeah, man. I feel like this is the one I'm like, I don't know. I'm just, bro, I'm lost on this one, bro. Because it's like, we're going to get a new Superman. But then I think about Superman and Lois, the show. And I think about Tom Holtzman. And I'm like, he's a legit Superman. But his Supermaning in the show isn't great. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think that's one of the biggest things to get right, the Superman. And for anyone that says, what do you mean Superman? The picking up cars, the punching enemies, the flying very fast. All of that stuff, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel does better than any other Superman man seen. But I understand them with the hope situation. But when these lot keep bringing up hope, all I think about is
diluting the thing.
Is what's his name? The guy who played Superman 4, Superman Returns, Brandon Roth.
Oh right,
was it him? Like, I don't know what Sam, what'd you do in that movie, bro?
Well, that movie wasn't hopeful.
Well, not that movie, not that movie. What do you do in Superman Legacy?
That's what I was trying to think of, like stories where everyone was trying to say where Superman was hopeful. I was like, what? Like for me, even the previous ones, like it was kind of like it was comedic and then kind of dread at the same time. I think that was Superman 1 where Clark and Lois kind of met. It was kind of like this playful relationship. Clark's sort of like a bumbling fool, but when it's Superman is like kind of serious and stuff, and then they ended. I was like, "Right, Tid, this came out then."
What?
And then obviously he saves the day. I was like, is it hopeful because he saved the day, or like?
I think one of the things they spoke about was that they want to show how a hopeful Superman lives in a world where hope and kindness is like brushed.
So he's kind of traits it.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that was the synopsis that was given with that. So I'm like, we're just gonna have to see. Like for me, this is potentially the biggest question mark of everything for me personally. Get me?
oh, this is a really nice surprise, or it's gonna be like, not the one.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
If there's a project that might stain his resume, that could be it. That could be it.
I don't know, man. The thing is, I feel like James Gunn's got such sensibilities about his filmmaking that he's gonna make. All he's got to do is make a good Superman movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not got to be great. It's not got to be amazing. It's just got to be good. Do you know what I'm saying? If he can get it to a 6 out of 10, that's where he can get by with the Superman. A 6 out of 10 Superman movie, he'll get by that. We'll get 3 of those. Do you know what I'm saying? But
I mean, he's the CEO, so he can greenlit himself. That's another thing that's bad, bro.
This underperformed, but we're doing the scene.
Yeah, we ain't gonna see those numbers.
Yeah. All right, so Sam, bruv, you've been screaming about this in my ear since before everything, since before life. Like, even Sam's been telling me about Green Lantern TV shows forever.
Has he got the ring today?
So what?
I haven't, you know.
Yeah, tripping.
No one gave me the memo. Still.
So what are you saying about this?
I'm like live action. I think they've been talking about like a HBO thing with Jon Stewart for time or whatever. Like I wasn't expecting this. This for me is like very, very good. I just want someone to be on the edge, mainly Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, who's by the book. These two fight all the time. Oh, you got to do it by this. Oh, got to do it by that. They said it was like obviously it's true crime, so it's like a murder mystery. Bruv, that for me is a very good synopsis. 2 good characters. They're flying around the world. Like if they come to Earth, this, that, and the other. I'm like,
I think they're going to be based on Earth. The reason why I think they're going to be.
I think they have to be on space.
I hear what you're saying, but I think they're going to be based on Earth. That's why they picked these 2 characters, and also the whole True Detective thing. Like, I don't think it's going to be like ground level Earth, and I do think space is going to be involved and have to be involved in it. But I think at least the first season is going to be on Earth.
Is it more like an invasion kind of thing?
I don't know. Like they said, they're solving a mystery.
Right. Yeah, like a murder mystery. So
that's one thing that I question as well, whether it's on Earth or in space. Like, so if it's on Earth, is it like Independence Day kind of thing?
These men protect the sector. Right. So what I would think is, this is where you bring in a character like Lobo. Yeah, there's been a string of murders on Earth of extraterrestrial beings.
Right.
These men have been sent in to figure it out, and the perpetrator is an off-world being. Now, this is where the first season we come in, we're on Earth, everything's calm, everyone's used to it, but we know we've got to go to space, and then we go to space later. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because I still think that even in today's media, they're still gonna think we can't start off-world. That's what I think. And I think with 2, and this is why I think they picked these men specifically, because they're both from Earth, they both have contrasting ideologies, and it's just a good place to start, man. So I'm super gassed for this. The True Detective part, bruv.
This is what I'm saying. Like, if they get the 2 characters on their head, like nailed to a T, like I said, and just the way these guys are gonna bump heads, see these 2 in 2 different places. One person's doing this at one point, one person's doing that. I'm excited, but it's a True Detective.
And season 4 of True Detective's coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Season 4 is coming out as well. I think season 4 of True Detective's coming out this year as well. So I'm actually gassed for this. I really want to see Jon Stewart. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to see Jon Stewart. I even want to see Hal Jordan at this point since Ryan Reynolds. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, who are they recasting? What are the suits like? I just want to see, bruv.
It's been like, what, 20 years?
When someone says True Detective, and then someone says Green Lantern, I get it, but then I also don't get it. Do you get what I'm saying? So I want to see how they put this thing together, because True Detective is the most grounded, grittiest, dirtiest thing. Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? You're dealing with the bottom of the barrel in terms of the officers and in terms of the criminals. So, bruv, that is...
I'll be, as I say, high level if they do go into, like, the core. Some people are scummy. They got, like you're saying, there's people like around in space that are doing some underground stuff with Earth and other planets, stuff like that, bruv. Like, there's so much like room and stuff they can do. It's just.
And what you said?
I just hope this ends up being good. Like, The only thing I'm trying to put the pieces together, like like I mentioned Independence Day, Men in Black as well, where they've got the whole space on Earth, living on Earth as well, like integrated.
That's a good look.
Maybe that's where we can get this.
That's what you
where
need.
we can stay on Earth
That's
as
what
well.
you need.
And
This
there's
is Men in
been
Black.
some sort of.
Nah, they
again?
should have said Men in Black.
No, because then you can only go up.
No,
And then they come with True Detective. Can you imagine that?
that would destroy the internet also.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
No. I'm talking about maybe negatively, bro. Because, bro, Men in Black's fire if we're talking about it the way we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Where we're taking that concept of integrating extraterrestrial life secretly living on Earth.
Yeah.
That's the only part of Men in Black that we need
Let's
for the Green Lantern part.
Yeah, and then you come with a thing like True Detective. Like,
I hear what you're saying in terms of the expectations, but like if he said here Men in Black, people would think Men in Black tone.
like a comedy.
So you can't say that. So if you're leaning towards the tone of more the True Detective tone, you got to say that, but I don't think you can say that, but you got to take those things. That integration of Men in Black on Earth protecting humanity from knowing extraterrestrial life, if that's the Green Lantern's part of the Green Lantern's core, like almost in Star Trek where they're like, don't expose yourself to indigenous cultures because they're not ready for it. If that was what they were saying on Earth, the Green Lantern Corps' MO was on Earth, that would be beautiful. Like, yo, humans aren't ready to know that they're living with aliens. We've got to keep this under wraps. That brings in the True Detective thing because then it's a secret in a secret. Like, we're solving a murder mystery on a place that there's not supposed to be these murders.
And if you think about it, you kind of already have extraterrestrials living on Earth because you have people like Superman.
And that's what I'm saying. That's where you tie it in, where it's like Superman is the first emergence, or I'm saying Superman, but who knows, is the first emergence of an alien living with us, and now the world's in shock. So now when you get to season 3 of Green Lantern, you're like, yo, Superman, Wagwan. Wagwan, what's going on? Bro, you're breaking protocol.
Right.
And then obviously, what is the Green Lanterns and the Kryptonians?
Hey, that's a different beef now.
Get me? So it's spicy there.
I think it's spicy, man. It's spicy.
Definitely spicy.
There's so many things that we can tap into. Obviously, we can accept Superman a lot easier because he looks like us. But when you're bringing someone like Lobo and now you're starting to scare people off like that. That's a whole different ball. So hey, let's see what they bring, man.
Next up, he was talking about The Authority. This is a film. This is what we're dubbing DC's version of The Boys, probably. I like this because we don't know anything. We don't know anything. We don't know who these people are. We don't know if these are going to end up being the villains for the next 10 years or if this is going to splinter group much like the Eternals. Like, we just don't know, bruv. So I'm here for this, bruv. How do you think this is going to affect the world like as a whole? Or you think these men are going to be good?
They said anti-hero, so they're just going to do whatever they think is best to get the job done. Like, I think you said that, innit? Like, if there's a bad entity, they'll just take towns out.
They said that they don't love humanity. Like, they don't love humanity. Like,
oh, right.
Bro. Wait, so
or did I just make that up? I'm thinking so much of The Boys and Homelander.
Right, I'm just looking at the characters. Obviously, again, we don't know anything about them. Obviously, we got like Miss Britain over there. Then you got someone dressed in black, kind of like Batman. That kind of looks like Lex back there. Like, so is this some sort of like?
Where's Lex? Where?
Like, you know, with the suit at the back with the white shirt. That's the vibes I'm getting. But I'm thinking of is this supposed to be like another version of Suicide Squad, but just whole different?
I feel like it's superhero Eternal, like it's Eternals, man. I feel like it might be Eternals, something like that. But yeah, we ain't got much information on this, but we'll see what's coming on next. Jump in the comment section below if you do read The Authority, know about The Authority, or have got added information about The Authority. Give it to us below. Who are these characters? Which characters are we going to actually care about? Which characters bang with us the most? You man know already. Fill us with the information,
That's
please.
homework for me. I need to pick up one of those books.
Next, live action, Game of Thrones, Paradise Lost. Bruv, he said Westeros, not me. He said it. He said it. I'm here for this.
Talk to me nice.
100%. 100%. 100%. 100%. 100%.
If this is ever gonna have something like as gruesome and story based like from Game of Thrones, this is it. The amount of crud, the issues with the gods, how we got here, the issues with the men. Like
No holding back, please.
No holding.
I know in the
back.
picture they've got the sword going through man's neck,
Right.
but I don't want any holding back in terms of raping, pillaging, the man them out here being stupid. Bruv,
Listen.
listen. It's got a bit like, if they're, bruv, everything happens in Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
The things you want to happen and the things you don't want to happen. So if we're going here to Themyscira, you got to go hard, bruv. You got to go stupid hard, bruv. And also, in terms of like, come on, man, we got to see bare training, like, they've just got to have everything in this, bruv. Like,
yeah, a show about women killing men. I'm about it.
What?
Isn't that what? Themyscira is an island only with women, right?
Yeah.
That means the men have got to die.
But they've got men that work for them. But
there's more things going on here.
What was this thing on America, bro? I want to see this.
Wow.
I want to. Like I say, like the man put Game of Thrones, like, bro. And I definitely want to see gods as well. Like, if they admit, like, puppeteering the thing, like, there's, what's his name? Is it not Hades? Ares.
Yeah.
Doing the madness as well again.
And that's another thing. I want to see gods walking amongst these lot like men. Do you know what I'm saying? I need to see Apollo on crowd. I need to see Zeus on crowd. I need to see like all of them, bruv. Like just on the mad. But they don't have to be. When I say that, I don't talk about like, oh, I'm talking about more like mystery wise. Do you know what I'm saying? Because these guys do walk amongst them, but disguised. That's the kind of stuff I'm into.
Let me put a disclaimer on myself in it, because that might have been a bit mad, innit? Me saying I wanted raping and pillaging. Like, listen,
that's what they're showing.
I know, but someone's in the comments probably going crazy.
Oh,
listen,
okay,
all I'm saying, disclaimer: the views of mine are all my own. You get me. Like, we're not promoting raping or pillaging, but if you're gonna do a mature Themyscira, Game of Thrones-esque show, these things must be included. They cannot be shied away from. We cannot be protected from them. They need to be there just as much as the mandems getting their heads chopped off.
Yeah.
You get me? Mandems heads on sticks, I'm cool with it. Show the crud they're doing and show the repercussions of their actions, please. Get me? All right, moving on. The Brave and the Bold. The title's terrible. The title's terrible. Bruv, the title of the comic book is like The Brave and the Bold. It's only because
Have you read it?
Yes.
Oh.
It's only because in comic books, you can get away with titling things anything.
Right.
That they get away with. But no. How do I feel about this? I don't know, bro. I think I feel the same about this as I feel about Superman. Where it's like, I'm interested to see what he's going to do with Damian Wayne. I like what he said about the larger Bat family being connected, because in this situation, Red Hood, Nightwing, and Batgirl and Tim Drake, there's 4 active Robins already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this Batman is fully formed. Talia's there. Like, we're skipping everything. Like, they're pretty much Superman and Lois in Batman in this movie, which I'm cool to see, but I just want to see how it is, bruv. Like, bruv, what are they doing with Damian, bro? Damian's gonna be the fully grown arsehole 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I feel like this is going to reek of, like, shitting on Batman, almost. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like it's going to reek of.
I thought it could be, like, more of a God of War situation where Atreus wants to kind of know... Obviously, he knows one side of where he came from.
Yeah.
But then Batman's kind of like...
Atreus ain't got shit on Damian, bro.
No, not like that.
Damian's a prick.
Yeah, I know. That's
Damian's,
what I'm saying.
Atreus is just a lost youth. Like,
So I would say Damian's as well.
No, Damian's a trained assassin, bro.
Compared to what Batman is. Batman is not an assassin in a sense.
No, Batman's an assassin as well.
In a sense, like, you don't always want to murk man unless, the fool kills you. That weren't me. But, like, I want to see, like, obviously, again, these guys are going to butt heads. So I want to see how Batman was trying to...
Train him. Reintegrate this youth.
That's it. But,
and being a parent at the same time.
Yeah. So I want to see that kind of parenting, The Last of Us, God of War type-ish going to happen. You've read the comic book, so I don't know if that actually happens or not, but that's the only aspect I can take from this. Batman's doing chapter 2, not number 1.
He should have been chapter 2.
Yeah. Like I was saying, like, imagine you do Superman, Supergirl first.
It's not about Batman, bro. When I say it's not about Batman, I think like we can lead to Bruce Wayne getting killed very quickly in this.
God damn.
It's not me, it's them.
Dang.
Bro, what? Why not?
This is what? You just... What?
The smart... You're the one who's screaming about how many Batman projects were out.
Mm-hmm.
If I run DC, I'm like, yo, we've got Batson over here, and I'm introducing the whole Bat family here. The dynamic for a Batman to die here and other people to rise up and really lean into the Batman family thing, it's the perfect time to do that. Because no one's going to complain. Because you've got a young Bruce Wayne over there that you can watch in Patterson. You can still, those movies are coming out. So you can have, I'm not saying kill him in the first movie, but I'm saying you can get to the end of the second movie and Batman die and Nightwing have to take on the suit. And now we're going into All-Star Batman run where Damian is the Robin, Nightwing is the new Batman, and we've got a brand new dynamic as well. Like, this opens up the potential for so many more Batman stories. And I think that's more so why they're leaning here and staying away from solo Batman. Do you get what I'm saying?
A little bit, but that would be more of a 10-year thing rather than...
We ain't taking 10 years. In 10 years, Patterson's going to have kids in his series.
Yeah, so that's when this Batman dies, isn't it?
Then there's just kids...
If they're putting a universe and they're saying they're laying this out with games, this and that and the other, bro, he can't die in like...
He can, bro. He can. Bruce Wayne can. Batman won't. Do you know what I'm saying? You've got to move. For me, you've got to move the Batman character forward, and you can do that by introducing Damian now, who my man says he's bruv. We're gonna introduce a teenage Robin. 10 years from now, he's gonna be 25, bro. He's Batman. So what you can do
10 years. That's what I said. Not movie 2.
I would take it, bruv. The movie 2 is gonna be 3 years after the first one. You take him out at the end of that. It's another 3 years. The kid's almost 20, and you can have Nightwing come in as a pseudo character, and then you don't want to kill Bruce and go straight to Damian as the Batman. You would do that. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Because there's going to be other people who've got to take up the mantle before him. That's why you kill him early. I'm just saying.
You're the Batman expert.
Expert.
You know what I'm saying? But
if they're building a universe and they want to do like what Marvel has been doing and trying to copy that whole thing. Obviously, they want a Downey Jr. They can do that with their Batman.
I don't think they should. I don't think they should do that. And even you think about that. By the time they brought in Downey Jr.'s protege, he was coming out. Do you know what I'm saying? So I would think if you're introducing the protege at the beginning, he's coming out earlier. The same way as in The Dark Knight Rises. The movie they introduced Robin is the movie Batman retired. So I would say we've got a movie and a half or two before Bruce Wayne leaves. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so this is so you're saying this is our way of moving on from Bruce Wayne,
not Batman, but Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, because Batman is
Batman.
Batman.
Batman is a character.
Yeah, exactly.
Bruce Wayne is a man.
Right.
Bruce Wayne dies. Batman does not.
And you mentioning
All-Star Batman with Nightwing taking the role, and that's why there's maybe a reason why they're even skipping all of the Robin history.
Right, because
you don't need it.
Then the first two movies is pretty much Batman parenting him and training him to become
the same way God of War goes. Right. What happens at the end of God of War season? Second game. Oh wait.
Nah, I ain't finished it.
There was no spoiler there, just so you know.
I know.
There was no spoiler in me even asking the question.
I was like, wait. I thought you were talking about the first one.
Yeah, so growth happens. Cool. So I would expect that. And for me personally, I want that for the Batman character, bro. I've seen Bruce Wayne, Batman for all of my life.
Yeah.
We can move past, it's okay. And we've got Bruce Wayne as Patterson. This is bro, if you're going to experiment, perfect time to do it. And worst comes to worst, what'd you do? Flashpoint it. Boom. Get me.
I know a Flashpoint. God damn.
Bro, they flashpoint exactly. They flashpoint every week. They flashpoint they should just start planning them now. Instead of making it happen by accident, just, you know what I'm saying?
Just part of the universe kind of thing.
Alright. Booster Gold. What are you man saying about Booster Gold?
I mean, every time I see the character, I'm like,
It's crazy to me how everyone loves Booster Gold, but me, I just meh.
Nah, same.
Yeah? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
You know what's funny? I've just recently started reading the death of Superman, and he's part of the Justice League. And I was like, bro, like you actually go way back then. So
it's a time traveler, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, to me, every single comic book that I've run into him is just like, oh, there's Booster Gold, and that's it.
Yeah. Perfect James Gunn comedy. right here, booster goals. You get me? Not really fun. I do like the way you broke it down about the whole time traveling and having an imposter syndrome and all of that. I like that, but other than that, not really too. We'll see. We'll see.
You know what? This is a good opportunity to make the audience fall in love with a character that's been around for so long, but that may not be as popular as people like around the thing in it. So this might be one of the projects like, hey, here's a new character for the world.
Yeah, I think it definitely needs like more new casual like audiences because like you're saying, like if you're like a hardcore DC guy, you know of him, probably read one of his runs. You always know he's around the universe, but I feel like there's a lot more people that aren't out there that I feel like can probably relate to him. So yes, I hope he's good, but for me I'm like, where's Plastic Man?
Just, you know what, yeah? Twitter has been going on fire about Plastic Man, isn't it? But you probably would have taken Plastic Man over Brave and the Bold, innit?
Yeah. We're getting Booster, let's get Plastic Man too.
I think the last one I read before this one, it was with Plastic Man. I think you guys told me to read that. Is it Earth something?
2.
Earth 2?
That would have been Joe.
I don't remember Plastic Man in that. Unless he gets snapped in half or something.
Yeah, something happens to him, like he gets murked.
Anyway, next movie.
That would have been good, actually. Sorry. That would have been good.
Watch him get snapped.
Oh, God.
I think that's why they did it.
I mean, just the Earth 2 project.
Oh, that would have been very good, but they've got that, innit?
With
the Batman. The Batman. Get me? Supergirl, What of Tomorrow. What you man saying? Woman of Tomorrow. Excuse me. Like that.
I mean, this is a new run by Tom King. He makes like very interesting stories.
Yeah.
But I've never really been like a Supergirl fan, so like it sounds like very, very like damned. Like this story, like she's gonna see everyone perish.
She's the opposite of the hope.
Yeah. So
pessimistic.
And that's kind of mad because the title's called Woman of Tomorrow. Like I've never heard her don that title, only that Superman has, and that's what everyone said that what Man of Steel should have been. So it's interesting that they're saying this is Woman of Tomorrow. It's complete opposite of being Hope. Obviously, again, I guess all these characters with Superman, Supergirl are characters of said Hope. So her story for me is going to be interesting, but I'm like,
for her, anything that screams Supergirl doesn't really interest me. The only thing that I really picked up from that, simply because I never came across something that reeled me in. Only thing that captured me was like, yo, she's on the verge of crypto.
Oh, yeah.
And she sees everything. That speaks to my soul because I'm all about the gritty, dark stuff, especially when it comes to like Superman. Do you know what I mean? So that's why when you said you got anything, I said because I like as soon as you said Supergirl, I just not that I have something against the character itself. It's just that it's never spoken to me. But as soon as you said, oh, she gets to see this whole side of a planet, destruction. Okay, that's the only thing I heard in that whole segment he spoke about Supergirl.
Yeah, I think for me this just actually screams Man of Steel to me because it's like I think if they let Man of Steel mature, it would have got to where they're gonna take this, where it's like, oh, you have this kind of mindset about the world in general, and it changes through your interaction with humanity. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that's what they're gonna go with from here. And then you mentioning that you've never heard like Woman of Tomorrow is a take off of Man of Tomorrow from Superman. I'm not mad at because Supergirl is that of what Superman, but I think they're like, oh, we're going to do Hope over here and we'll give them a dark, gritty story with Supergirl instead, which doesn't make sense to me, but whatever, like, if this is what it is, this is what it is. Hopefully, I end up really liking this and diverging from the Superman legacy thing.
The only thing I'll ask is bring that Fiora energy, please.
Stop it.
If she's witnessed all this crud and dark stuff,
she's on crypto.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want to hear Hope here. That's all I'm saying.
Woman of Tomorrow, no hope.
Bruv,
no hope.
The first 10 minutes are going to be dark and gritty, and the rest is going to be her. Just, you know what I'm saying? Get me. Anyway, man, let's keep it moving, guys. Jump in the comment section below and let us know what you think about Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? Get me. What are the vibes? And have you read the comic? Swamp Thing, the movie. I just want this to be a full-fledged horror movie. That's what I would love. I would love them to go to Blumhouse and be like, listen, we're only giving you this much. Make it happen. And Blumhouse being like, yeah, we do this on a daily. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I would want from this. I would want it to like. I know he said that he wants all of these directors' movies to feel unique and this and that, and it sounds good, especially when you're looking over at Marvel and Marvel are copy and pasting the thing. But this is the opportunity to actually do it, to actually be like, look, bam, this is a full-fledged horror movie. And if they mess around with this, Marvel are gonna catch up because what have they got over there? Man Thing and what's the black and white thing that we saw? Directed by the Michael Giacchino.
The monsters and
yes. So Marvel are getting onto it and they're doing it stylistically. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think these I would hope that they come out the gate with this like as a banging horror movie, fam.
Yeah, man. I think. Oh man, I remember watching the series and the first maybe 2-3 episodes. I was really in, and then just went down the hill, and I thought, wow, there was such a great opportunity to do something with this character here. And I don't know if they run out of ideas. I just don't know what happened in the writing room for the rest of that season not to be as good as the first few episodes. But I like that character and how he became to be that character.
Swamp Thing's hard.
Do you know what I mean? So, hey, guys, go in on a horror, go in on a character. We need it.
I mean, I've only really heard of Swamp Thing, and I've not really dived into like his mythos and all this and that, but like they got something for the men, the women, now they got something for the vegans. Everyone's winning, you know. So I think this is pretty legit. And like I said, if they go like full horror, like especially that it being a film rather than
you should have let him carry on, bro.
What disclaimer can I give? He's preaching equality, bro. What disclaimer can I give?
Is he not for the earth?
Bro, the green.
I didn't even mean disclaimer. I just mean like.
I'm in shock as well.
He said for the women, for the men. He said for the vegans,
bro. They're a whole group of people we've got to take into consideration.
I think it's pretty legit. So, bro, like him bringing him back, yeah, man, it was do it still.
Listen,
that's legit.
Vegans winning everywhere. Everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know where you can win? In the comment section below. Jump in the comment section. Woo. Listen to me. Like the videos. Hit subscribe. Once we get to 200,000 subscribers, you're going to be getting more and more and more videos like this. Lives. Ooh. Like I said, there's rewards at 200k. Let's hit that level, ladies and gentlemen. Other than that, jump in the comment section and let us know what is good here, what's bad here, what you're looking forward to, what you're not looking forward to, the things that we missed, the information that we need. Give it all to us. It's exciting times. 2023 is going to be a madness for games, movies, and the Cyber Nerds, and definitely the TCM fam. So, make sure you're part of it. Other than that, I'm Jay, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
Wherever your GS.
So, Mr. Blitzdeck.
See you on the next one.